Deb is 59, single, and thinking about retirement. How's it going to look? We're going to dive into that here today. Been a long time since I did a case study. I've been meaning to do one for a while, and I just keep putting it off. So I want to dive into this here. It might be one or two videos, time check. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how this shakes out. So let's go over with Deb. She emailed me, and we got to chatting, and obviously Deb is not her real name, but we're just gonna say Deb is what we're talking about here, and see how it shakes out. So let's go into this. All right. So first and foremost, we look at her dashboard. Only has a net worth of $597. Yikes! Does that mean she can't retire? No. Why? Because she has no debt liabilities, none whatsoever. All right. So that's a good place to start. Let's go over to details. All right. So she has a Vanguard brokerage, a Fidelity, Roth. So you can see all this. She got about $515 in liquid assets, and her primary home is not much, $65,000. She has an HSA. Okay, so good. So $500,000 in liquid assets, of which the bank is not much. So we're going to dive into that, see where that comes from. Again, she's single now, and no liabilities. Oh, man, I just seen that right away. I know that's good. All right. So now let's go to her profile. I guess I got to move myself out of the way here. Here we go. There we go. All right, here we go. All right, so let's go to profile, and we're going to see what she has shaken out here. All right, so she got a couple thousand in the bank. All right, she has investment accounts. Let's see how these guys are. There we go. Wellesley Income Fund, $25,000 in there. Okay, that's a taxable account, so that might be an issue, but I'm not quite sure because she's single, and I don't know how much money she makes or will make in retirement. But she got Wellesley Fund, or traditional IRA. She got a Target 2040 Fund, a Star Fund, and a Federal Money Market, so $15,000 there. Her rollover IRA, she got Value Index and Wellesley Fund again. Okay. And a Roth, she's got targets. Okay, so we got issue here. Now this isn't anything huge, but we don't want Target 2020 Fund in her Roth and then turn around and have Value Index in a 401k or IRA, traditional IRA, and then certainly don't want that to be this in a taxable account. We don't want taxable stuff in a taxable account. We don't want bonds in a Roth. So we want to switch that out easy as pie. That's easy. So we'll see how her total investments shake out, but I see some asset location that needs to be addressed here. Now she only has $8,000 in the 2020 fund, but still, we got to fix that. 401k, she has a 2020 fund, T. Rowe Price, and her Fidelity account. This is a 401k IRA as well, Discovery Fund, Index 500, 2020. Okay, so her total asset allocation. Let's go to investments. Okay, so she's 68 stocks, 32% bonds, a nice mix. 43% equities, 20% international. Yeah, so it's not a bad mix at all, actually, relative to her portfolio. We'd expect an annual return of 6.7. That's gross before inflation. So that's a good portfolio. But again, I take issue with a couple of things in terms of how it's located. You got Roth, and you got traditional, and you got taxable accounts. So we'll dive into that. No worries at this point. All right. Let's go tax allocation. Yeah, not much in the Roth, so we definitely want to start doing that. Ooh, a lot in taxable assets. Well, how much does she have taxable assets? I don't remember seeing that much. So let's go back to, let's go to taxable brokerage. How much? She didn't have $100,000 in there, did she? Let's see. I thought she only had, that seemed like more than I thought. Let's go to profile. All right, so the investments. Yeah, 25 there. Okay, so that's 401k. Maybe not. Traditional. Okay, that's right. Taxable account. That's what's going on here. We got to switch that. Traditional IRA. Okay. Just remember, guys, when you're doing, if you're using this software, you got to make sure that you save at the account type. You got to save down here when you're adding your holdings, but then you also got to save up here for your account type. It'll be two things you got to save. Just keep that in mind, or else it'll show you like it just did, which said he had 256,000 taxable. I said, I don't think that's right. So we go to tax allocation to get a gauge. Her taxable assets are 26,000. Her Roth, okay, that's more like it. So 478,000 in her IRA 401k. So that's a tax deferred account and it's invested aggressively, no other way around, relatively aggressively. So that right there would tell me there's a big tax coming down the pike. Because look, if she's only 59 years old and she's getting, let's just say 7.2% on that account, that would be worth $1 million when she's at full retirement, when she's at 70. And that's going to be a big deal when it comes to her RMDs, required minimum distributions. All right, let's keep going to profile. So that look good. Let's go to, we did invest. Let's go to property. She has a house, 65 current value. She's not getting any appreciation. Annual homeowners insurance is $500. Property tax at $4,000 on a $65,000 house. That's freaking nuts, man. That's New York for you. I hate it. That's freaking crazy. Pardon my cussing. That just ticks me off. HSA, $17,000. I guess she doesn't want to assume any growth there. That's okay. I will go back to that. All right, so good. So that's what we got. Let's go to her goals here. Can retire this year. Wants to retire this year. She says her monthly expense are $2,400. All right, and she's paying annual. Okay, there you go. So Deb, it's $2,400 monthly expense, $6,000 in health costs. That's $500 a month. That looks good to me. Long term. Okay, good. So she's canceling any long term care issue at the end of retirement. I think that's good. Now she's going to relocate in 2019. Purchase price a new house of $75,000. Lower the property tax. It'll still be in the state of New York. She can put 50% down, and okay, good. So she'll take a debt of 4%. All right, and she's going to buy a car once in 2025. Okay, good. All right, now let's see what the income is. So she's making salary, but again, she's retiring this year. Okay, all right, good. So it'll be her Social Security. She can start at 70. That might be a problem. What I mean by that is we'd have to. I mean, she's single, so we might want to revisit that, but we'll see. Her pension, you guys get a pension which starts when she's 69. Okay, that makes sense. That's $400 a month. All right, starts at 69. I wonder if she can take that earlier. So we'd want to see. That seems odd to me that she can take it at 69 and is not growing at all. So we want to double check that. So we're going to get rid of this 401k distribution thing because I think what she's doing is she's saying she's going to take those distributions in order to meet her RMD or to meet her expenses. So we'll leave that for the time being, but we're gonna let's see what she's doing. Convert to Roth. Okay. All right, so she's converting to Roth. Okay, gotcha. All right, good. Right on. Okay, sweet. I see what she's doing here. All right, so she's doing 401k, converting to Roth, $8,000 a year. All right, fantastic. All right, cool. Good job. All right, that's fantastic. IRA distribution. She doing the same? Yeah. All right. There you go. All right. So she's converting $12,000 a year to her Roth for the next 10 years. All right. I love it. Good job. Good job, Dad. Savings probably don't have any because she's retiring. She has that. She'll start. Okay. So savings in the Roth IRA at her retirement. Good. She has no income. And this will stop too because she's okay. Good. Now let's just go back to expenses. We got pre-rolled, okay, taxes, local tax, that's wonderful. Annual trip, monthly expense, okay. All right, looking good. So let's see her family, just her. Okay, 59, and that's it. All right, good. So we're setting this up with time check for 10 minutes. So let's keep going. That's she's done a good job setting this up. So first thing we're going to do is go to retirement. And we're not going to worry about this yet. So it says 58. I don't care. I want to see cash flows first and foremost. And we're going to see expenses. So we got living expenses, housing expense. And the housing expense, you know why it was going on there? That's because she has a mortgage. Well, I'll show you. So she's selling her house. Let's go to goals. She's selling her house that she has right now. Is going to take some equity, and she's going to have buy a house, and she's going to put 50% down. So she's going to have 675. That's $37,500, and she'll have a 4% interest rate for 10 years, and that's going to cause that. We can see here real quick. We got $37,500 present value, 0 future value, 120 payments at 4%. That 1513 I'm getting for monthly payment. No, I can't be it. 37,500. I can't be it. Present. Oh wait, I got you. I always got to change it to 12 payments a year. I always forget to do that. Yeah, $379 for monthly payment. That's what I get. We'll just say 380 times 120. Yeah, okay. So 380 times 120. So 380 times 12, 4,500 bucks. That'll be your monthly expenditures on that home. And we're going to go to retirement and cash flows, expenses. 8156. Where is that expenditures coming from? 8156. So let's go back to why we got that. So if she is buying a house, I tell you what, let's do this. We're gonna try something around here. We're gonna go to goals and we're gonna push this out till next year because a lot of times what they'll do is they'll start in the year 2019 like as if it's already happened, and that's gonna oops. So we're gonna try 2021. Let's see what that looks like. All right, so 2021 is when she wants that to happen. Go to retirement cash flows. Okay. All right, good. So other inflows, you're gonna get 61,000 from the house. All right, that's right. And then other outflow, other expenses. Yeah, property purchase 37,575. So why is that costing? Let's see what other expenses are. Housing. Oh, is that what? Yeah, there you go. The property taxes. Gotcha. Freaking property taxes, man. All right, so the property taxes in New York are significant. That's for sure, man. That state, I don't know how they keep people there. I just don't get it. So let's go back to profile, go back to goals. There you go. That's it. So we're gonna hit relocation. Go back to 2019. That's nuts. Yeah, there you go. Plus 30. Yeah, there you go. Plus 4,200. That's it right there, man. Jeez. I mean, all right, so let's go back to cash flows again. Expenses, housing, that should drop off here yeah, right there. Okay, so in 10 years it drops off. Okay. All right, so remember, we're inflating healthcare by 5% a year. We're inflating living expenses by 3% a year. Okay, so we're inflating health by 5 and living expenses by 3. Her other expenses are saving for trips right here. And I think she said in 5 years she was going to have a big, well, not big, but buying a car. I don't see anything on here. Other inflows. Let's see, where was that car purchase? Other expenses. I don't see that on there. So where is her car? We'll have to come back to that later. Let's see. I thought I saw a goal in here. Goals. Why still cars? Oh, she's going to pay. Here 2025 one-time buy. So we'll see where that goes. All right, so where is that coming? We got to go to cash flows. We're going to look at 2025 right there. Goals. Okay, gotcha. So where is that coming from though? So let's go to net worth. Let's just go to accounts. There we go. And we want to ending balance by withdrawals from account in 2025, right? 2020 she's taking, that's when she buys her home right there. 2025 she's taking it from her IRA. Okay, all right, so that's interesting. All right, so let's go to summary. She is going to need, how much does she need of expenses again? She needs $44,000 a year in expenses, $44,000, and we're inflating that by 3% a year. And the drawback, again, of course, of this portfolio, of this plan, of any planning software, is assumes you're going to have the same expenses as you age. And it's just not likely to happen. But I mean, we can change this around if we want. What I mean by that is we can change living expenses, right? We can say when she's at 2030, the living expenses will go down. I don't like manipulating the software like that. I mean, you can do that, but I mean, because I think you should, as opposed to manipulating software. What I like to see instead, though, is I like to see the analysis that says we are 58% probability of success. That in of itself tells me we're fine, simply because look, we're not manipulating the software, and even by not manipulating the software, assuming we're only getting 2.6% a year increase to Social Security. On top of that, assuming that we're having 5% increase per year in healthcare, and 3% increase in cost of living, and that your living expenses is going to go up each and every year. I'm pretty comfortable with that. But let's see if there's some stuff we can change. So first thing we're going to do, what if we change the current allocation to, let's say, growth, all right? And then we change, let's see what happens when I change the current allocation. Doesn't change much, all right? Good, because she's already pretty aggressive. What if we do it most aggressive? It doesn't do much, all right, because she's already pretty aggressive. Not much we can do there with her current investment allocation. I'm with Social Security. Let's do as early as possible. Ooh, drops it way down. Look at that. Interesting. Let's do optimal strategy. I'm sure it's going to be 70. Let's see, though. Let's see. Yeah, okay. What if we, student loans, come saving, retire monthly, okay. So let's take a look at what her cash flows are from a tax perspective. Oops, that's what we do, tax. Yeah, tax rate, nothing. So instead of doing Roth conversions, let's take a look here. Let's just see what we're going to do. Bear with me just a second. I wonder what details. 2020, she got 35,000 in IRA/pension accounts. So the reason for that, well, let's go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. We're going to go back to retirement. We're going to go back to cash flows. And we're summer, okay, good. So look, she needs 44,000 of expenses, but she has no income coming in, nothing whatsoever. So it's coming from someplace, and it's going to come from her accounts. And what we do is we go over to accounts, we say withdrawals from accounts, and it's coming from the first year, all of her taxable accounts, the next year from a 401k and IRA. And so that's where the taxable income's coming from. All right, so if we go to taxes, watch this. I mean, she pays $6,800 in 60s, $8,000 in 61, and again to the state because New York is a Cuomo. And then she stops in 2028, but by then, I mean, she don't pay any more taxes, but how much does she have in accounts at that point? And let's just go to account balances in 2028. It's probably not, yeah, I mean, she's down. Look at that, $151,000. It's all in the Roth, which is good. She doesn't pay more tax, but that might be squeezing a little bit, that squeezed a little bit tight. So let's try something else. Go back to profile, and we're going to do income. Let's try to get rid of this guy here. We're going to say we're not converting that. We're just going to say it's nothing for the time being. Blink, and let's just see how that changes things. All right, I'm just wondering. We'll go to retirement. I'm pretty comfortable. Yeah, it changed a little bit to 61%. And I'm still pretty comfortable with that. But the problem is that the let's go to accounts with that strategy, ending balance by accounts, because she's not taking out so much. Look at that. I mean, you can see here by accounts, traditional IRA, Roth IRA. Doesn't have as much in the Roth going forward, and you can see that she still has some of the traditional IRA and the 401k as well. That's going to reduce her taxes quite a bit. So let me show you what I'm talking about. We'll go to taxes. See, I mean, her taxes are still going to be eliminated by the time she's 69 years old. She doesn't have to pay any more taxes, but she has, her account balances at that point are much. She still has, I mean, look, she still has at 70 years old, 18,000 in Roth, her 401k, 57,000 in her traditional IRA. So I don't know if she should be doing a super aggressive strategy to get that money over to her Roth because the tax are going to go anyway. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Go to tax. And even there, see, and they start picking back up here, but we're talking 3% to the feds. I mean, that's not a big deal. So I'm wondering if we change something else around. What if we do this and go to income? Let's try, instead of $8,000, let's try $4,000. And let's try it. You know something? What we'll do? Let's keep that at 0. Let's try this right here. Instead of doing it until 2030, we'll do it till 2040. And we'll increase it by 5% a year. And we'll increase it by 10% a year. How about that? Yeah, there you go. Let's see what we got. So here I want to go to retirement. Let's see if that changes anything. Not much. Tax. Yeah, but see there, look, her taxes are done. So when she's 70, she owes no tax. 61% I'm comfortable with. I really am. But I can see what someone might say, nah. So let's look at the tax, the 1040. Oops. Details. I want to go to year 20. We'll just say 2026. So she had tax amount $72,000 of IRA, 401k, and pensions. Social Security benefits of 70. Yeah, look at that. So total income. She hasn't taken any Social Security at this point, and her total tax is $9,500. That just seems high to me for a single person. I might not do that. I might. It just seems high, and I guess she's not gonna have any tax in the future. But I wonder. Let's try this. Is there a way we can stay here at the 12% tax bracket? Let's see. Action items, sequential. Yeah, let's fill up to 12. Let's fill up to 12%. There we go. And here I don't care about estimated term. That just means how much you're going to leave to your heirs. Estimated terminal tax. We don't care. That means how much of a tax are you going to leave to your heirs? So in this case, I don't care. So we're just going to say, because she's single. Now, she might disagree with that, and that's fine. But let's see what we got here. Okay. Action items. It looks like we're already doing that, the 12 to 15%. Let's see. That's the 22. I don't know if I like that strategy. Yeah, so if you do the 22%, you'll end up with $384,000 less tax adjusted than pro rata. I don't know if I like that. So let's not do that. I'm wondering if we should just bag the whole thing. Yeah, look at that. If you don't do any Roth conversions. Let's see what it looks like not doing Roth conversions. All right, so let's go to income, and we're not going to do any. Let's just see what happens. I think this might be a case where we don't want any being done here. Blink, 0. Time check. That was a longer video I anticipated. Let's go to retirement. Change it to 63%. See what the taxes look like in future years. Still paying, yeah, see, without even, that's 70s when she should start doing Roth conversions, I'm thinking. Let's take a look what her accounts are looking at. Ending balance by account. So when she hits 70 years old, she's going to have $127,000 in her IRA, $31,000 in her 401k, and having her Social Security be the primary source of her income. Oops. It's not a bad place to be, man. Look, she's got all that. Yeah, she has all that surplus cash. All right, so I think if we go to taxes, let's just look again. I like not front-loading the taxes for her on top of the distribution she's taken out. Let me just try one other thing here. We're going to take Social Security earlier. Income, let's take it at 60. Take it on the earliest available. Use simple. Take it at 62. I'm just curious. So we're not doing Roth conversions. We're doing Social Security at 62. Let's see what this looks like. Did I hit save? Okay. Yeah, there we go. Retirement. Doesn't change it much. Oh, current plan. Our proposed plan doesn't change it much. 63%. So it doesn't change it much. Let's see what the cash flows look like. What happened? Oh, it didn't take. Why did it take? We got Okay, hold on a second. Didn't take. Okay, what happened? Go to income, Social Security. Let's see if that's it. Okay. Taking. I guess what I got to do. Let's just do it here then. Reduce as early as possible. All right, so let's do that as early as possible. Drop to 25%. Go to cash flows. Yeah, there you go. Social Security. All right, so she's taking. She has full expenses of roughly $50,000, of which half of her income comes from Social Security, half comes from IRA distributions. She buys that car in 2025, so she has net flows of $28,000. Yeah, that's not going to work because then she has negative net flow. Okay, yeah, I'm not a fan of that. All right, so she's on. Yeah, and then her taxes start going. All right, so we don't want that. We want Social Security later. Oops, we want retirement. Let's go back to Social Security at 70 again. All right, that's what we want. So it's gonna, yeah, you gotta have that. All right, so let's go to confidence. Yeah, that's the way to go. So what she needs to do, she needs to take Social Security at 70, take distributions from her IRAs now while she's waiting for Social Security to kick in. I just don't think she should be doing any Roth IRAs. I mean, the reason for that, look, when she's, we'll just say 84 years old, she has between her median is $249,000 in net worth. Now that's just liquid net worth, my friends. All right, but that's just liquid. If she were to do the Roth conversions, let's go back to doing the Roth conversions. She had 8,000 here. Save. And then she had 4,000 here. That's just adding. That's just putting her in too high of a tax bracket. Does that make sense? Because she's going to have. She'll never have to be in that tax bracket again. I mean, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Hold on, bear with me just a second. So we're going to go to confidence. And that 84, she has 193,000, so 50,000 less. But watch. I mean, we're talking. You know, she's got. Oops. $53,000 of taxable income, $6,849 is her tax. So $6,849 divided by her AGI of $65,487. That's that's a 12% tax bracket. But it's only going to get worse too. Watch, we go forward to 2024. Now she's got $8,500 of taxes on $73,000 of income. 587 divided by 73,275. That's a 11.7. So it's. I just don't think she needs to do that. Because I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we're gonna go to retirement. Oops. Yeah, we want to go to profile. We're not gonna do any Roth conversions. Oops. I want income. And we want income here. Blank. 0. Okay, good. So watch. Let's go to time. Oh, I want to go to tax. Tax details. All right, so we'll go to 2024. I think is what I did. So here she has $4,948 of taxes on $56,000 of income. I mean, that's less than 10%. 5 divided by 56. That's 8.9%. We'll go to 2029, $7,800 on $68,000 of income. 78, probably $68,000. That's 11.4, but that's probably going to be. Let's go to retirement. We want to go to cash flows, and then tax. Yeah, see, look at that. I mean, she has these years right here. She's hardly paying anything. I mean, look at that. I can't. I mean. So she's going to pay tax, and no getting around that, but she's not double or even tripling it here, simply because she's not getting Roth converted. I can't justify doing Roth conversions. I mean, at some point she'll pay significant tax again, but she'll be in the late 90s. I can't see it, Deb. I don't think you should be doing Roth conversions, at least not until you're 70 years old. I just think you're doubling up on your taxes. Putting in a 22% tax bracket doesn't make sense to me. So anyway, I hope that helps. She's invested well. All right, a couple things I think I would invite her to change would be to, let's go back to investments. Look, there's not much to do here. I mean, it's a good mix of portfolio. Again, I don't like the Roth. Being in any kind of bonds in the Roth, I don't like that at all. But this is the bulk of her money is in the 401k, so she doesn't have that much in the Roth. I'm not going to recommend her she do anything to a Roth. I think she's going to be just fine. I mean, she's getting 55 to 65% success rate. I'm very comfortable with that. Absolutely. If she wants to, not pay off her mortgage in 10 years, she'll be fine. But I just don't think I'd be doing any Roth conversions, and I don't think I'd be doing anything. I just think I'd enjoy my life, really. I'd be taking distributions out of my 401k IRA, just like she has in the software. Wait till Social Security kicks in at 70 and just live off Social Security for the rest of the time. I mean, just remember, let me show you something. I'm going to show you guys something. This is important, critically important here. Just because it says she only has a 63% probability of success. Well, if we go to cash flows, watch. All right, so now we got to go to cash flows. All right, so if we go, here's her expenses in this line. So expenses, we're going to go down to here. What's her expenses? $77,000. What's her cash flow? From Social Security alone is $75,000. She has a $2,000 gap. That's it. All right, now you factor in taxes. That's a $4,000 gap, but that's it. $2,000, $4,000. All right, I mean that's just not that much. I mean, then you factor in total inflows, which is RMDs or what. Does that make sense? So if you got, even if she were running out of money, her expenses are essentially covered by her Social Security, and just not much in terms of taxes. I don't see the benefit of doing the Roth conversions. So I guess what I'm trying to say, even if this guy says it's a proposed plan is 63%, oh no, I don't care if it says 20% if Social Security is covering your expenditures. I just don't care. So Deb, I hope this helps. I like it. You're doing great. I don't think I'd be doing Roth conversions. I don't see the benefit of it. I would just keep doing what you're doing, take money out of your IRA, live on it, and just enjoy your life. And at the end of the day, if you want to get a part-time job just to solidify stuff or just find friends to do something, more power to you. But I think what you're doing here works just well. All right. As always, guys, if you like what you see, subscribe, hit the little bell to be notified for future videos, and we'll see you next time. Thanks now.